Welcome back to Frontier Markets with Devin Opper. So today we are going to have our last episode of the series. So we are going to be discussing Kazakhstan and international infrastructure development, in addition to many different frontier market themes that are applicable throughout the whole series. So to start, Kazakhstan is located in Central Asia. It has been a former Soviet republic, gaining its independence from the Soviet Union in 1991. So some prominent industries in Kazakhstan include mining, particularly mining uranium and silver, in addition to tourism and finance and agriculture. So Kazakhstan has a very low population density, unlike Bangladesh, which we studied earlier. And it definitely has some strong diplomatic ties and strong infrastructure ties with the Belt and Road Initiative. So being a member of the Commonwealth of Independent States, Kazakhstan definitely has close ties with Russia and other former Soviet nations such as Belarus, Kyrgyzstan, and Uzbekistan. Likewise, China's recent investments through the Belt and Road Initiative have strongly improved ties between China and Kazakhstan. For example, China is currently working on constructing a railroad between Yiwu, China to London that is actually passing through Kazakhstan, Russia, Belarus, Poland, Germany, and France. So the significance of this is that more capital will be flowing to and from Kazakhstan, which will cause the Kazakhstani economy to benefit due to a more accessible consumer market and greater political stability as a result of these major economic partnerships. Particularly, infrastructure development is really important for Kazakhstan because it is a sparsely populated economy. So a lot of infrastructure is needed to connect Kazakhstan to other economies in Central Asia. So investment from Russia and China have definitely benefited Kazakhstan in this way, as it has a critical location along the Overland Economic Belt, which is part of the Belt and Road Initiative. However, one challenge that is facing the Kazakhstani economy is the shrinking of the Aral Sea. So the Aral Sea is located along the border between Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan, and definitely is a more saline lake recently and has shrunk in the last few decades due to cotton production in Uzbekistan and mining operations in Kazakhstan. And so the shrinking of the Aral Sea has negatively impacted both economies, and how Kazakhstan has a limited water supply source, which will in turn impact its agricultural production. So regardless, Kazakhstan does have many economic opportunities, particularly in energy through uranium and through minerals through mining silver, gold, platinum, and copper. So now we're going to be discussing common challenges and opportunities in frontier markets. So in general, frontier markets do have small and illiquid stock exchanges, which means that financial capital is not easily exchangeable, and converting it into physical currency is much more difficult. However, strengthening fiscal policy effectiveness is one way to promote the financial sector in frontier economies and to help promote a stable currency. Likewise, we saw in many frontier economies that diplomatic relationships is crucial to the frontier economies' economic development. This is because more investment in the economy will help promote a larger consumer market and lower opportunity costs for domestic production. Likewise, we learned that the physical and political geography of frontier markets has a direct impact on foreign trade and economic activities that are prevalent in the economy. And likewise, one aspect that is universal about frontier economies is a projection for economic growth and growth potential. And so this is very significant in how policymakers and international development experts can use this information to determine where different resources need to be allocated and how to best support frontier economies as life expectancy and the Human Development Index increases. So, in conclusion, studying frontier markets is important for policymakers and politicians to understand the future of the global economy and how to accommodate to a changing world and all of the different factors from a changing climate and changing economic industries to formulate new policies that can help promote human well-being. And aside from policymakers and politicians, it is important for everyone to be aware of the opportunities and challenges that frontier markets face, as they are the future of our global economy and will affect our ever-changing world for centuries to come. I appreciate you listening throughout this podcast series, and stay tuned for more.